Good afternoon, students. Meeting after quite a long time. So first, I'll just give you a quick recap of what we did in the previous 3 lectures. So maybe first 45 minutes of it is going to be a quick revision of work, followed by power, followed by energy. In energy, we have kept potential energy on hold. The reason I was waiting for the chapter gravitation to start. I was also waiting for electrostatics to start. Electrostatics अभी खत्म भी हो गया. So there if you see some equations, हम लोग जब वर्क पावर एनर्जी शुरू करते हैं तो हम लोग बोलते हैं कि ये इक्वेशन है. बाद में स्टूडेंट पूछेगा सर कहाँ से आया. So then we have to tell them you wait for electrostatics. So now luckily electrostatics is over. Magnetism and magnetic effect going on, about to get over. Yes or no? So the first article was work. Let us go for a quick recap. जब तक मैं बोलूँ नहीं बेटा बुक ओपन नहीं करना. Work का मीनिंग क्या था? We have done this in vectors also. Is it force vector dot displacement vector? So is it Fs cos theta? Yes or no? This is one style of understanding it. When theta is given, you should use this formula. And when theta is not given, you can use the formula Fx plus Fy plus Fz. Yes or no? Because it is dot product of force vector and displacement vector. Thereafter we said that work done may be positive, work done may be zero, work done may be negative. Yes or no? When theta is acute angle, that means cos theta is positive. When theta is 90 degree, that means cos 90 is zero. And when theta is obtuse angle, that means it is a negative value. इसका मतलब work done may be positive, work done may be zero, work done may be negative. Work done positive. For example, I am releasing this body, right? So gravitational force is pulling it down. Displacement also is down. That means force and displacement vectors are in the same direction. Angle is zero. Work done is maximum positive. Work done is maximum positive. I am going for a reverse experiment. I am lifting this up. So displacement is in up direction. Gravitational force is in down direction. Angle between them is 180. Cos of 180 is minus 1. Work done is maximum negative. Yes or no? Right? Thereafter we said that work is a scalar. Thereafter we talked about work done by variable force. Work done by variable force in the sense we have to understand this with the help of integration. So suppose this is the path to be followed by a particle. It is going from point A to point B. In between somewhere, I will select very small element of displacement. In the language of mathematics, we call this as infinitesimally small displacement. So let us call this as dx या तो ds, whichever you like. So can I say small amount of work done is force into small amount of displacement? Yes or no? So I will find out work done for this element, and then I will integrate from A to B. That means total amount of work done is integration force dx in going from location A to location B. And that location A and B will have some coordinates depending on 1D, 2D, 3D. So you can also write this as in going from f dx, in going from x1 to x2. This is work done by variable force. Thereafter we did work done by multiple forces, several forces. So can we say work being a scalar quantity? The work done will be the scalar sum or algebraic sum of small amount of work done. Yes or no? So this will be F1 S1 dot product plus F2 S2 dot product and so on. And the most important thing is we said that for any particular force, if you wish to find out work done, then for any particular force, work done is independent of time. Right? For example, I am giving you 10 pages to read. अब मैंने कोई टाइम का रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं डाला है, तो कोई स्टूडेंट उसको 5 मिनट में खत्म कर लेता है, किसी को 10 मिनट लगता है. So the one who finishes reading 10 pages in 5 minutes is more efficient, is more powerful. Power is rate of doing work. तो टाइम कब आता है? When I ask you power, right? When I ask you work, right? Time, it is independent of time. So these were the basics of work. After that we had gone for power. Right? Power is very simple. Can I say power is rate of doing work? Right? When you take single value upon single value, that means it is average, right? Or else you can go for dw by dt. Then that means instantaneous. याद करो बेटा, chapter circular motion, article UCM. Normally we write omega s d theta by dt. But if it is UCM, then we write it as theta by dt. Yes or no? That means average value and instantaneous values, they match. So likewise, if you write power as w by t and suppose it matches with dw by dt, right? Then we say that average power and instantaneous power are same. Graphically, if you wanted to understand the previous article, if I plot graph of force versus displacement and suppose this is the curve which I am getting, right? Then I will call this limit as x1, I will call this limit as x2 and area under the curve. Is it work done? याद करो बेटा, हम लोगों ने ऐसे कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स किए थे, हम लोगों ने असाइनमेंट में बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम्स कर लिए, एक्चुअली कर लिए. याद करो, ऐसे कुछ तो डायग्राम्स होते थे. यस और नो? करेक्ट? याद आ रहा है? So over here we say that this work done is positive, this is negative, this is positive, this is negative, this is not defined because this is going up to infinity, right? So over here this is area of square or maybe area of rectangle. This is area of rectangle for sure. This is area of triangle. This is area of trapezium. Over here it is not possible for me to enclose this area, so I should not count this, and I should count this work done as positive, and I should count this work done as negative. So suppose solve करने के बाद ये आया 10, ये आया 20, ये आया 15 और ये आया 22. Then my answer is 25 minus 42. That is minus 17 joule. Are you getting this? Back to power. Power is rate of doing work. So can I say dW is equal to P into dt, and therefore W is integral dW is integral P dt also. This is going to be super duper important in the chapter AC circuits, alternating circuits by circuits, right? So there you are going to talk about the instantaneous power utilized in our household appliances and the average power, right? How is your monthly electrical bill counted when the devices are working on AC? Our household appliances are working on 230 volts AC, right? Then you are going to learn how to convert AC into DC, which you have already learned in the chapter semiconductors, rectifier, half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier. In alternating circuits, AC circuits, you are going to also learn transformer. Transformer is the one which converts high AC to low AC or else low AC to high AC. For example, आपका जो मोबाइल फोन का चार्जर है, right? There is a step down transformer because it is converting 230 volts to 3.7 volts. आपका मोबाइल फोन का बैटरी is 3.7 volt, right? So it has to convert 230 volt AC to 3.7 volt DC. That means there are two things happening. It is high voltage to low voltage. So that is called step down transformation. And it is AC to DC also. That means it is rectification also. Right? So in your mobile phone chargers and other devices like your TV circuits, your smart TV, smart cars, everywhere this electronics is used. Where this is very, very useful. After that we had the article of efficiency. What is the meaning of efficiency? Right? The way we have got this graph, is it force versus displacement? So likewise we should have graph of power versus time. And can I say area under the curve will be the work done? After that we had that small article of efficiency. What is the meaning of efficiency? It is output power upon input power. It is output power upon input power. Right? If it is ideal machine, then the efficiency is going to be 100%. That is 1. Otherwise it is less than 1. And we know that बोलने के लिए बहुत easy है, right? But ideally nothing is ideal. Ideally nothing is ideal. So again, when you start with the chapter AC circuits, you are going to see power का formula is VI in the chapter current electricity. It is going to be EI in the chapter AC circuits. E का मतलब EMF. E का मतलब EMF. So if you are talking about ideal transformer, then mind you, E primary, I primary will match with E secondary, I secondary. EMF in the primary circuit and current in the primary circuit. This is called input circuit. Is going to match with E secondary, I secondary. This is called output circuit. Right? That is what we are going to learn in AC circuits. तो ये हो गया वर्क, उसके बाद में पावर, उसके बाद में एनर्जी. Energy you have been doing some from school. So I'm not wasting much time on this. There are different types of energy. Sound, light, heat, kinetic, potential, electrical, dynamic, and so on. Hydrostatic, so many. Thereafter, different units of energy. Official unit of energy is always joule. But depending on the chapter, depending on our comfort zone, we use kilocalorie and calorie also. पूरा हीट का सेक्शन में हम लोगों ने किलो कैलोरी यूज किया था. हाउ टू कन्वर्ट ज्यादा टू कम एंड हाउ टू कन्वर्ट कम टू ज्यादा. Very recently in semiconductors, you must have understood this in forbidden energy gap, electron volt, EV. So 1 electron volt is 1.6 into 10 to minus 19 joule. Current electricity में you have heard about kilowatt hour. 1 kilowatt hour is 36 joule. That is 3.6 million joule. Yes or no? So that is energy. उसके बाद में we came across kinetic energy, potential energy, and then total of the two. That is mechanical energy, total mechanical energy. We have deliberately kept potential energy on hold. But what was kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is written as half mv square also, and it is written as momentum square upon twice mass also. Right? So from this formula you get two answers. Kinetic energy is directly proportional to mass, provided velocity is constant. Yes or no? I am throwing nail towards you and I am throwing hammer towards you. दोनों का स्पीड सेम रखा मैंने, तो हैमर ज्यादा लगेगा, right? Because mass is more, right? Or else kinetic energy is proportional to velocity square, provided mass is constant. इसका मतलब I am throwing nail and I am throwing nail. Mass सेम रखा मैंने, लेकिन velocity बढ़ाया, तो kinetic energy will increase in squares. Thereafter, kinetic energy is inversely proportional to mass. Here you have to be careful. Kinetic energy is directly proportional to mass also is correct, and kinetic energy is inversely proportional to mass also is correct. Right? And over here, kinetic energy is proportional to momentum square, provided mass is constant. Over here, we come across rifle bullet wala question. Mass of the bullet into velocity of the bullet is mass of the rifle into velocity of the rifle. मतलब उसमें मोमेंटम कांस्टेंट रहता है, मोमेंटम. सो बिकॉज मोमेंटम इज कांस्टेंट, काइनेटिक एनर्जी इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू मास. बुलेट का मास इज मच लेसर कंपेयर टू राइफल का मास. दैट मीन्स बुलेट का एनर्जी इज मच ग्रेटर देन राइफल का वेलोसिटी. व्हेन यू फायर अ बुलेट फ्रॉम द राइफल feels back jerk. So the velocity with which it comes back is not that great, but still you have to be careful because it is heavy. So normally the soldiers keep rifle here. This is a thick bunch of muscles, so it will absorb that shock. Right? If you keep it this way, right, your nose bone may get hurt. Right? After that we understood graphical representations. Different graphs. Suppose I plot graph of kinetic energy versus mass. Kinetic energy versus mass. तो उसके दो पॉसिबिलिटीज है. काइनेटिक एनर्जी वर्सेस मास ऐसे भी हो सकता है और ऐसे भी हो सकता है. राइट? अगर ये ऐसा है, दैट मींस वी हैव केप्ट वेलोसिटी कांस्टेंट. और अगर ये ऐसा है, इसका मतलब वी हैव केप्ट मोमेंटम कांस्टेंट. देयरआफ्टर इफ आई प्लॉट ग्राफ ऑफ काइनेटिक एनर्जी वर्सेस वेलोसिटी स्क्वायर, and then if I plot graph of kinetic energy versus only velocity. Right? So kinetic energy versus velocity square is a straight line. But this is going to be parabola symmetric about that coordinate whose power is 1. तो kinetic energy और velocity में kinetic energy का power 1 है, velocity का power 2 है. So it is symmetric about that axis whose power is 1, and so on. You can understand different graphs. Potential energy हम लोगों ने होल्ड पे रखा था. Right? Because I was waiting for the chapters like gravitation and electrostatics and magnetism also. Right? लेकिन बेटा इसमें एक पार्ट हम लोगों ने कर लिया था, and that was potential energy stored in a spring. मैंने 3 लेक्चर्स में बेटा 3 प्रूफ्स किए थे. एक था potential energy stored in a spring, एक था वर्क एनर्जी थियरम और एक था लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ मोमेंटम। तो तीनों प्रूफ में वापस याद कराने वाला हूँ। What was potential energy stored in the spring? Was it half k x square, right? And was it therefore f square upon 2k? कैसे आया था? कैसे आया था? If you talk about small amount of work done, is it force into small amount of displacement? Right? Spring pendulum में it was the example of oscillatory motion, right? Secondly, the deforming force and restoring force are always opposite in direction. If I try to compress the spring wants to expand, and if I try to expand the spring wants to compress. If I take the bob of the pendulum on the right side, the bob wants to come back to left, and if I take the bob on the left side, it wants to come to the right. That means force vector and displacement vector are always opposite. इसलिए ये minus sign आया था, because actually it is f into dx into cos 180. It is f into dx into cos 180. ये f further minus kx था, याद करो, ये further minus kx था. So dw is equal to minus of kx dx, and therefore what is w? Is it integration dw? Is it integration kx dx? So is it integration x dx के बाहर गया? This integration is x square upon 2. So can I say w is equal to half k x square? And this work so done is stored in the form of potential energy, right? So out of all these potential energy equations, we did this. Yes or no? Excuse me, can you please talk a little softly? Don't mind. Thank you. So, potential energy so stored in the spring is U. तो इसके भी फिर दो टाइप्स थे. ये हम लोगों ने x को f by k लिखा था और बाद में ये आंसर आया था. तो इसके भी फिर चार रिजल्ट्स. जैसे इसके चार रिजल्ट्स है ना, हाफ एम वी स्क्वायर पे 2, पी स्क्वायर अपॉन 2m पे 2, वैसे इसके भी चार रिजल्ट्स, हाफ के x स्क्वायर पे 2 एंड f स्क्वायर अपॉन 2k पे 2. इसका मतलब पोटेंशियल एनर्जी ऑफ द स्प्रिंग is directly proportional to k also is correct, and inversely proportional to k also is correct. It is conditional. आप क्या कांस्टेंट रखते हो उसके ऊपर से ये डिसाइड होता है, yes or no. ये था पोटेंशियल एनर्जी. So work done, power done, graphical representation done, efficiency done, energy में kinetic energy done, potential energy में one small part done. Yes or no? Correct. अभी मैं नया टॉपिक शुरू करने वाला हूँ, that is equilibrium. So before I do that, please revise this much. Open your book, page number 1. पेज नंबर 1 से शुरू करो और पेज नंबर 6 हाफ तक आ जाओ. पेज नंबर 1 से शुरू करो, पेज नंबर 6 हाफ तक आ जाओ, बिकॉज पेज नंबर 6 रिमेनिंग हाफ इज वर्क एनर्जी थियरम. इनफैक्ट वो भी खत्म कर देता हूँ. आई नो वर्क एनर्जी थियरम करवाया था ना, ठीक है. So work energy theorem is what? It is final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. What was work energy theorem? The result was work energy theorem. The result was work done is change in kinetic energy. That means it is final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. And we very clearly said that kinetic energy can never be negative. But change in kinetic energy can be negative. Yes or no? Change in kinetic energy may be negative. I am driving the car, right? I see a red signal now. I reduce my speed. I apply brakes. So my initial speed was 80 kilometers per hour. Now 30, then 10, then 0. So my final kinetic energy is less than initial. So difference of kinetic energy can be negative. Yes or no? तो चेक करो बेटा, पेज नंबर 1 से लेके 6 तक सब हो गया. सब याद आ रहा है अच्छे से. इसके ऊपर बीच बीच में एग्जाम्स भी दिए थे ना, फुल पोर्शन में ये सब आया था. आने वाले एग्जाम्स में भी जो पोर्शन अनाउंस हो चुका है उसमें मैं भले वर्क पावर एनर्जी नहीं डाला होगा, लेकिन मैं अभी उसको इंट्रोड्यूस करूंगा, राइट? मतलब सपोज एडवांस में 2-3 एग्जाम का पोर्शन दे दिया है ना, कभी तक दिया है? 2 अक्टूबर तक. लेकिन अभी आने वाला जो फिजिक्स का टर्न होगा ना 22 सेकेंड, कमिंग संडे इज 15th, 22nd को जो फिजिक्स होगा उसमें मैं वर्क पावर एनर्जी डालूंगा. We cannot afford to forget this because it's very important chapter. Very important. Usually 2-3 questions come from this, either directly or indirectly. So बेटा पेज नंबर 6 तक जरा एट ए ग्लांस चेक करो. अपना सब हो गया? ओके. पेज नंबर 2 पे एकदम लास्ट लाइन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. That work is independent of time for a particular displacement. Likewise, page number 4 पे भी एक बहुत important line है, right? Conservative force and non-conservative force. इतनी बार सुना है, मैं एक बार वापस रिवाइज करवा देता हूँ. What is the meaning of conservative force? The work done is path independent. And what is non-conservative force? Path dependent. In conservative force, the work done is completely recoverable. Means there is no loss. Whereas in non-conservative force, it is not completely recoverable. Yes or no? The work done during the round trip is 0 in conservative. It is non-zero in non-conservative. That means in conservative force, we say that there is no loss of energy. But in non-conservative force, there is dissipation of energy. Usually it is in the form of heat, या तो sound, या तो some unseen energy, which is electromagnetic radiation. So there is one very important statement. If you want to understand potential energy, then it is applicable under conservative forces only. Page number 4 का last line check करो बेटा. Page number 4 का last line check करो और उसको highlight करो. Very important. Always carry a highlighter with you, because bio students, this particular chapter is like, reading NCERT lines. So we have observed that somewhere from the middle of the chapter, they will pick up a line and they will set a question. Be careful, please. I want all of you to come up to page number 7, top paragraph. I want you to come up to page number 7, top paragraph. Everything before potential energy. Approximately 5 minutes for you. I am sure you just have to revise. Start from page 1, come up to page 7, top. I am waiting for you. If you are done, then I proceed. How magnetic forces come under both the categories? Good, you asked me. But a force between two bar magnets. First of all, let us start with monopoles, right? North pole, south pole of a magnet. So force is given by mu naught upon 4 pi m1 m2 upon r square. This is for monopoles. Monopoles in the sense, this is one monopole, this is another monopole, right? North pole separate, south pole separate. वैसे magnetic monopoles don't exist because they will always exist in pair. So this is hypothetical. If you talk about two dipoles, then mind you the answer is mu 0 upon 4 pi 6 capital M1 capital M2 upon r raised to 4. Capital M का मतलब होता है magnetic dipole moment, which is given as m into 2l या तो फिर INA. If it is a current carrying coil, then it is I into N into A. I is the current passing through the coil, N is the number of turns, and A is the area. याद करो बेटा, if this is a current carrying coil, then there is a magnetic field around, right? And this experiences force. This force is given by IL bar cross B bar. That means force is equal to Bill sine theta. Therefore, force is equal to Bill sine theta में if I multiply both sides by R, then can I say this becomes torque and this becomes area. So we get torque is equal to BIA sine theta. This is for a circular current carrying coil, right? This is therefore going to be torque is equal to Bina sine theta, right? This is for n number of turns. So torque is given by Bina sine theta, right? Of which this, right, is Bina. So torque is Bina sine theta. If the torque is Bina sine theta, that means only Bina, that means it is maximum torque. If theta becomes 90 degree, sine 90 is 1. So torque which was Bina sine theta, Bina sine theta, Bina sine theta is Bina. Is maximum torque. One Bina was Hindi wala Bina, right? Without sine theta. Torque which is Bina sine theta without sine theta is Bina, which is maximum torque, right? That means maximum torque is Bina, right? Now torque is MB sine theta also. So maximum torque here is MB. That means M represents Ina, right? So Bina ka Ina is Mina. Bina ka Ina is Mina. And where M is magnetic dipole moment. So, if the equation is for monopoles or dipoles, the energy is not lost. So it is conservative force. But if it is current carrying coil, current carrying coils they get heated up. आप मोबाइल फोन के चार्जर को टच करोगे ना तो वो गर्म होगा. इसका मतलब some energy is lost in the surrounding in the form of heat. Sometimes you may see sparks also. So when you see sparks, that is it is going in the form of light and heat also, right? So mind you, magnetic force comes under both the categories. It comes under conservative force also, and it comes under non-conservative force also. यहाँ तक समझा बेटा? एकदम sure. Okay. Now I am taking you on to equilibrium. I am taking you on to equilibrium. Before that, just 1 minute. So, now, what is the meaning of equilibrium? Again, equilibrium you've done in electrostatics, right? But Satyen sir taught you this keeping in mind the electric charges. I am teaching you this in terms of mechanics also, means in general. What is the meaning of stable equilibrium? What is the meaning of unstable equilibrium? And what is the meaning of neutral equilibrium? Right? Now check this please. I am giving you a hemispherical bowl. And in that I am giving you a very small sphere, maybe marble or maybe bob or something. So when you just put it, it will be at rest here and here only. Nowhere else it will be stable. Right? Now you deliberately disturb it on any one side. Choice is yours. Suppose I am disturbing this on right side. Let me call this as disturbing force. Right? I just bring it up to here and I leave it. Do I expect that it will keep moving in the direction of force which I was applying? No. In fact, when I leave it, it will come back. So if it was disturbed on right side, motion is observed on left side. If it was disturbed on left side, motion was observed on right side. That means it wants to come back. So it wants to come back means it is stable equilibrium. Right? मैंने conical funnel लिया. Base portion मैंने support पे रखा. And pointed portion top पे रखा. Right? और मैंने इसको हल्का सा हिलाया. हल्का सा. Right? Displacement. Can I say it will flicker for some time and ultimately it will come to rest? आप अपना वाटर बॉटल ऐसा हल्का सा हिलाओगे तो थोड़ा बैलेंस होकर वापस आएगा. बट व्हाट इफ यू डू दिस? आपने ये पोर्शन रखा और इसको डिस्टर्ब किया तो ये ऐसा करके वापस आ जाएगा. बट व्हाट इफ यू पुट दिस पोर्शन डाउन, राइट? देन व्हेन यू डिस्टर्ब इट, इट विल फॉल डाउन. मींस इट इज नॉट कमिंग बैक. It is moving in the direction of force applied. So over here, displacement is right side, motion is left side. Displacement is right side, motion is left side. Observe this, observe this. These are two similar charges, both positive. Right? In between I am putting a test charge. So depending on strength of this charge and this charge, this will be at rest. Let us assume कि ये दोनों +2 microcoulomb है, दोनों. So can I say it will be at rest exactly at midpoint? लेकिन ये 2 microcoulomb है और ये 3 microcoulomb है. Right? So it will be towards 2. Because it will be more repulsive from 3. Yes or no? इसका मतलब it will be at rest but not at the midpoint, somewhere in between. अब मैं इसको डिस्टर्ब कर रहा हूँ. अब ये चार्ज को मैं डिस्टर्ब कर रहा हूँ से राइट साइड. Do you think after disturbing it, when I remove my hand, do you think that it will keep going in the same direction? No. It will come back and then it will oscillate. But what if I repeat the experiment like this in perpendicular direction? Right? ये Q0 है, ये Q0 इधर आया. Right? Now this positive and this positive repulsion. This positive and this positive also repulsion. So from our knowledge of parallelogram law of vectors, can I say this will be the resultant force? Right? फिर चार्ज इधर आया, resultant force. मतलब ये गया वापिस ही नहीं आएगा. मतलब अगर मैंने इसको ऐसे डिस्टर्ब किया था तो ऐसे ही इसने कंटिन्यू किया अपना जर्नी, वापिस नहीं आया. राइट? लाइकवाइज ये स्फीयर को मैंने कर्वेचर पे रखा था, इधर भी मैं कर्वेचर पे रख रहा हूँ और मैं इसको डिस्टर्ब कर रहा हूँ. हल्के से फ्लिकर किया मैंने इसको, हल्के से. डू यू थिंक इट विल हैव टेंडेंसी टू कम बैक? नो. इट विल इन फैक्ट गो डाउन ओनली. यस और नो? सो डिस्टर्बेंस एंड मोशन इन द सेम डायरेक्शन. Disturbance and motion in the same direction. Disturbance and motion in the same direction. So when the body has tendency to come back to original, it is said to be in stable equilibrium. When the body is said to be not coming in original conditions, then it is unstable equilibrium. Neutral मतलब दोनों नहीं. ये मैंने एक ब्लॉक रखा है, आपका बुक है सपोज. मैंने इसको फोर्स अप्लाई किया. इसका सेंटर ऑफ मास इधर था, अब इसका सेंटर ऑफ मास इधर. जैसे मैंने फोर्स अप्लाई करना बंद कर दिया, वो बॉडी उधर रुक गया. वो आगे भी नहीं जा रहा है, वापस भी नहीं आ रहा है. वो अपना मोशन ऐसे भी कंटिन्यू नहीं कर रहा है, ऐसे भी कंटिन्यू नहीं कर रहा है. इट इज स्टॉपिंग वेयर इट इज. सो दैट इज नन ऑफ दिस. न्यूट्रल. वेरी वेरी सिंपल आर्टिकल. श्योर. पेज नंबर 9 ऑफ योर बुक. पेज नंबर 9 ऑफ योर बुक. अच्छा, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग माइंड यू. When the body is in stable equilibrium, always remember potential energy is minimum. Whether it is physics का chapter or chemistry का chapter, stability means minimum possible potential energy. देखो center of mass किधर है बेटा? Reference point से इधर है ना, नजदीक एकदम. वही center of mass एकदम ऊपर है ना? Apply common sense. I am standing, I am sitting, and I am sleeping. Where am I most comfortable? Because my center of mass is closest to the ground. Where do I get tired fast? Standing. Because this is my potential energy. Sitting I am little comfortable because my center of mass has gone down. Right? Another example. ये body को मैंने release किया, तो ये तब तक नीचे आते रहेगा जब तक इसको कोई surface नहीं मिल जाता. जैसे इसको कोई surface मिल गया, that means it has come to minimum possible potential energy level. so it will stop. Same thing happens in bond formation also. केमिस्ट्री में आपको एक ग्राफ आएगा बेटा, शायद अब तक आ भी चुका होगा, शायद ऐसा ग्राफ आएगा, SN1 SN2 रिएक्शन किया. So this is the place where the bond is just formed and the potential energy is minimum. Yes everyone? Anyways, it is part of physics also. It is part of physics also. हम लोगों का potential energy का article बाकी है ना, तो you are going to see this graph on page 8, article D, जो अभी तक मैंने सिखाया नहीं. Anyways, revise page 9. Revise page 9. No, Isa, please, 2 minutes. Coming. Done? Next page. Page number 10. Check please. Upper half is again potential energy. Potential energy is on hold. Lower part, energy, mechanical energy, is comprising of two parts, kinetic and potential. Law of conservation of energy means energy cannot be created nor be destroyed. However, it can be transformed from one form to the other form. But law of conservation of mechanical energy means kinetic energy at one point plus potential energy at that point is kinetic energy at another point plus potential energy at that another point. Yes or no? We have very effectively used this in vertical circular motion. जब हम लोग कोई भी एक tough problem में अटक जाते थे, तो हम लोग हमेशा law of conservation of mechanical energy की help लेते थे. Kinetic energy at the bottom plus potential energy at the bottom is kinetic energy at 30 degree plus potential energy at 30 degree. V was under root 2 GL bracket 1 minus cos theta. We did effective use of this even in oscillation chapter. Vertical circle में kinetic energy और potential energy हमेशा बदल रहते हैं, हमेशा, कभी भी constant नहीं रहता है, right? Therefore we say that vertical circle is never UCS. It is always non-UCS, correct? And we used to say that when the particle is at the bottommost point, the velocity should be minimum root 5 rg. ज़्यादा होगा तो चलेगा, root 6 rg, root 7 rg चलेगा, लेकिन root 4 rg नहीं चलेगा. At the top, the minimum velocity is root rg. वो root 2 rg, root 3 rg होगा चलेगा, लेकिन root half rg नहीं हो सकता है. Yes or no? Same thing we did in oscillation also. Oscillation में at every point kinetic energy and potential energies are different, because kinetic energy is half k a square minus x square and potential energy is half k s square, but total energy was always conserved. It was independent of x. vertical circle में भी
5/2.
total energy was always conserved and it was 5/2 mRg. Yes or no? So 3 articles. Page number 10. Page number 10. Upper half छोड़ दो. Now you should go through mechanical energy, law of conservation of energy, and law of conservation of mechanical energy. And after that, I am restarting with law of conservation of momentum. राइट ये तीसरा डेरिवेशन है. एक डेरिवेशन था स्प्रिंग वाला हाफ के एक्स स्क्वायर, दूसरा डेरिवेशन था वर्क एनर्जी थ्योरम वाला, और तीसरा डेरिवेशन ये था लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ मोमेंटम. और ये अनफॉर्चुनेटली आपके बुक में प्रिंट नहीं हुआ था, इसलिए मैंने ये आपको लिखवाया था. पेज नंबर 0 पे देखो आप लोगों ने लिखा होगा. यस और एनीवेज पहले पेज नंबर 10 पे आ जाओ प्लीज. Finished? Up, books back. I'm doing 2 derivations together now. One, last lecture का last derivation, right? And 2, I'm starting with the collisions part now. I'm starting with collisions part now. Now, law of conservation of momentum says that momentum before is momentum after. Momentum before is momentum after. If in the question they don't mention the word which type of momentum, linear momentum कि angular momentum, then it is mandatory, it is compulsory for you to understand this as linear momentum. Speed में भी ऐसा ही है. अगर मैं ये बोलूँ ना कि this body is going with the speed v, right? या तो the body is going with speed, मैं v भी नहीं बोलूँ, symbol भी नहीं बोलूँ, then it is to be understood as linear, right? If I want to say angular, I will have to mention the word angular. So when nothing is mentioned, it is to be understood as linear momentum. Otherwise, they will mention that it is angular momentum. याद करो ये दोनों जरूरी था. याद करो सर्कुलर मोशन चैप्टर एंड इवन वेक्टर्स का चैप्टर. दिस इज रेडियस वेक्टर, करेक्ट? दिस इज लीनियर वेलोसिटी वेक्टर एंड देयरफॉर लीनियर मोमेंटम वेक्टर, राइट? एंड देयरफॉर दिस वाज एंगुलर मोमेंटम वेक्टर व्हिच वाज एल वेक्टर. रिलेशन क्या था बेटा, याद करो. एल वेक्टर इज आर बार क्रॉस पी बार. Yes or no? So this is going to be officially part of the chapter rotational motion, right? After the gravitation, Mahesh is going to do rotational motion. ये officially इसका part है. Next is torque is r bar cross f bar. ये भी rotational motion का part है. Next is v vector is omega vector cross r vector. This was circular. मैंने करवाया था. Together they belong to motion in plane as per NCERT book. मोशन इन प्लेन में ये दोनों टॉपिक आते हैं, और अदरवाइज इट इज रोटेशनल डायनामिक्स, राइट? नाउ व्हाट इज लीनियर मोमेंटम? एक्चुअली स्पीकिंग, न्यूटन सजेस्टेड मैथमेटिकली सेकंड लॉ फर्स्ट. सेकंड लॉ फर्स्ट. फोर्स इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ मोमेंटम एंड इट टेक्स प्लेस इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ मोमेंटम. सो F इज इक्वल टू dp by dt. ये एक्चुअल इक्वेशन था, ये एक्चुअल इक्वेशन था, राइट? अभी फर्स्ट लॉ, इफ लाइटली, मुझे सब रिकॉर्डिंग में नहीं बोलना होता, बहुत गुस्सा है. ऊपर जाकर पूछ क्या 4 बजे की बैंड बजाता है, मुझे 4 बजे में नहीं बोलना होता. ये सब नींद आती है, घर पे बैठे. यू कैन नॉट बिकम डॉक्टर एंड यू शुड नॉट. सीरीज कैरेक्टर. कौन से नंबर का लेक्चर है तुम्हारा? मेरा फूड मैं रोज 4 लेक्चर लेता हूँ, 1.5 घंटा 2 घंटा मिनिमम 1.5 घंटा होता है. सो आई स्टैंड फॉर 7 to 8 hours कंटिन्यूसली, नॉट ओनली एवरी टीचर अराउंड यू. तुम लोग आराम से बैठ के सुनते हो, हम लोग खड़े खड़े लेक्चर लेना. तुम लोग सुनते हो कि नहीं सुनते हो वो भी पता नहीं है. हम लोगों को सेंसिबली बोलना पड़ता है. गलत बोला कुछ भी बैंड बज गई करियर की, है ना. सो बी केयरफुल. नहीं होता है अपने से साइंस का स्ट्रेस मैनेज छोड़ देने का. साइंस इज नॉट एंड ऑफ लाइफ. फाइन, सिट डाउन. सो एफ इज डीपी बाई डीटी. अभी स्कूल में हम लोगों को डेरिवेटिव मालूम नहीं होता था, लेकिन कॉलेज में तो डेरिवेटिव मालूम है. चेक करो फर्स्ट लॉ क्या था. चेक करो फर्स्ट लॉ क्या था. व्हाट वाज न्यूटन्स फर्स्ट लॉ? Unless and until the body is acted upon by some external unbalanced force, if the body is at rest, it remains at rest, and if it is moving, it continues to do so in the same direction with same velocity. ये जो लंबा चौड़ा गाना गाया ना, इसका मतलब था कि if f external is 0, then velocity is either 0 or constant. अब इसका लॉजिक सुनते हैं. अगर बेटा ये 0 है, मतलब ये डेरिवेटिव 0 है, और अगर ये डेरिवेटिव 0 है मतलब p कांस्टेंट है. p कांस्टेंट है मतलब mv कांस्टेंट है. तो m तो कांस्टेंट है ही, मतलब v कांस्टेंट है. v कांस्टेंट है मतलब बॉडी रेस्ट पे था तो रेस्ट पे ही रहेगा, और मूव हो रहा है तो इट विल मेंटेन दैट वेलोसिटी. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड इनर्शिया ऑफ रेस्ट एंड दिस इज कॉल्ड इनर्शिया ऑफ मोशन. लॉजिक समझा? व्हाट वाज द मीनिंग? सो एक्चुअली स्पीकिंग ही सजेस्टेड दिस. He solved the derivative because Newton only was the great mathematician who suggested the laws of calculus. He was actually speaking a mathematician, and then he switched over to physics to screw you up. This is the syllabus. Yes. So if f is 0, इसका मतलब dp by dt is 0. इसका मतलब p is constant. इसका मतलब mv is constant. And इसका मतलब ये लाइन. Logic समझा? And therefore, when we talk about law of conservation of momentum, we say that m1 v1 is m2 v2. Best practical life example: mass of the bullet into velocity of the bullet is mass of the rifle into velocity of the rifle. समझा? Law of conservation of momentum. Henceforth, whenever I am solving problems, I will write LOCOM. They will understand. So I was talking about law of conservation of momentum. Now comes law of conservation of momentum for two bodies. Law of conservation of momentum for two bodies. So suppose this is a straight line path. These are two spheres. Maybe I am playing the game of carom board. So these are the coins of the carom board. Or maybe I am playing the game of snooker, billiard balls, whatever. This is ball A, this is ball B. Mass is m1, mass is m2. Initial velocity is u1. Initial velocity is u2, right? If collision has to take place, then u1 has to be compulsorily more than u2. सोचो, equal to भी नहीं चलेगा, less भी नहीं चलेगा. If this ball is going faster than this, there is no question of collision. If this ball is going with the same speed, then also they will maintain constant distance. Yes or no? Right? So this is the situation before collision, right? Then this is the situation at the time of collision. That means the balls just come in contact with each other for fraction of a second. M1, M2, body A, body B. And then they will go with some new velocities. They will go with some new velocities. Body A, body B, mass 1, mass 2, velocity 1, velocity 2. So first I want to talk about law of conservation of momentum. Mind you, law of conservation of momentum is going to work for any type of collision. This always works. This always works for any type of collision. Now what do I mean by any type of collision? For that first I will have to introduce what is collision. Okay, but before that let us finish LOCOM. This is happening before collision. This is going to happen after collision. And this is going to happen at the time of collision. That means this is at the time of impact. This is at the time of impact. Right? Now see what is happening. आपके पास टोटल 6 चीजें हैं. M1, M2, U1, U2, V1, V2. ये 6 में से 4 आपको पता है, ये 6 में से आपको 4 पता है. Mass of the billiard ball you can find out. Mass of the billiard ball you can find out. U1 and U2 will be given to you. Or else I can think like this. I am driving Honda City. He is driving Mercedes. I want to dash his car. So I'll be faster than him. Right? So my manufacturer has given me कि ना Honda City का मास इतना है, say 1800 किलोग्राम. Mercedes Benz का भी मास दिया है 2500 किलोग्राम. मैं अपना स्पीडोमीटर देख रहा हूँ, मुझे अपना स्पीड पता है. ये अपना स्पीडोमीटर देख रहा है, इसको अपना स्पीड पता है. हमको ये मालूम करना है कि कोलिजन के बाद क्या है. कोलिजन के बाद किसका क्या होगा, किसका क्या होगा. राइट. सो M1, M2, U1 and U2 are known. V1 we need to find out. V2 we need to find out. Correct. Now, according to law of conservation of momentum, the result should be, the formula should be momentum before should be momentum after. इसका मतलब M1 into U1 plus M2 into U2 is M1 into V1 plus M2 into V2. This is the formula, and mind you, I want to prove this formula. Right? So if I want to prove this formula, I will take help of the formula impulse. Impulse सुना है बेटा? Impulse is very large force acting for very small time. Or as it is mass into final velocity minus initial velocity. मालूम है कि प्रूव करूं? मालूम है. इसका मतलब this is change in momentum. Final momentum minus initial momentum. बराबर? अब मेरे पास दो बॉडीज है, बॉडी A एंड बॉडी B. ओके, मेरे पास दो बॉडीज है. एट द टाइम ऑफ इम्पैक्ट they exert force on each other. Body A is applying force on body B in this direction. Right? So this is force on body B due to body A. And therefore, according to action reaction pair, B reacts back. So this is force on body A because of B. Yes or no? So I have got two bodies. I will write two equations. For body A, I will write one equation. And for body B, I will write another equation. So for body A, I will write F into T is M into V minus U. And here also I will write F into T is M into V minus U. Because body A, therefore mass 1, velocity 1, U1. Because body B, therefore mass 2, velocity 2, U2. यहाँ तक तो ठीक है. Impulse is a vector. Because it is vector into scalar. Scalar into vector is a vector. Yes or no? What is the force acting on body A? For body A, the force is acting on the left side. So it is negative x-axis. But on body B, the force is acting on the right side. That means it is positive. Right? अभी मुझे इनका लेफ्ट हैंड साइड्स इक्वेट करना है. लेकिन ये ft है और ये माइनस ft है. तो कैन आई राइट the first equation again like this? Can I write the first equation again like this? Therefore, plus ft is equal to m1 into u1 minus v1. अभी मैं वेक्टर साइन निकाल देता हूँ. कॉमन सेंस की बात है. फोर्स वेक्टर है, वेलोसिटी वेक्टर है, वेलोसिटी वेक्टर है. So if you see the blue equation and if you see this green equation, are the left hand sides matching? If the left hand sides are matching, that means right hand sides must be matching. And if the right hand sides are matching, so I can write the equation as m1 into u1 minus v1 is equal to m2 into v2 minus u2. Yes or no? Open the bracket. m1 into u1 minus m1 into v1 is m2 into v2 minus m2 into u2. I want the initial things together and I want the final things together. So I am shifting this m1, m2, u2 on this side and this m1, v1 on this side. And I achieve my target. Is it m1 into u1 plus m2 into u2 is m1 into v1 plus m2 into v2. So mind you, this is the title. This is the title. This is momentum before collision and this is momentum after collision for system of two particles, for system of two bodies. यहाँ तक समझा? अब ये आर्टिकल मैंने इसलिए पूरा वापस लिखा, ये तो ऑलरेडी आप लोगों ने लिखा हुआ है, क्योंकि अभी जब मैं कोलिजन शुरू करूंगा उसमें यहां तक मेरी इक्वेशन सेम है, मतलब ये इक्वेशंस मुझे चाहिए, राइट? सो नाउ आई स्टार्ट विद द आर्टिकल कोलिजन. कोलिजन का मतलब ये नहीं होता है कि देयर इज अ फिजिकल कांटेक्ट बिटवीन वन बॉडी एंड द अदर बॉडी. दिस नेसेसरीली डज नॉट मीन कोलिजन. दिस नेसेसरी डज नॉट मीन कोलिजन, राइट? तो सो रहा है इसलिए मारा मैंने. तो बाल कटा ना, मुझे समझ नहीं. तेरे बाल ऐसे होते तो मुझे हमेशा ऐसा लगता है कि तू सो रहा है. तो यस्टरडे यू प्रॉमिस मी कि तू बाल कटा देगा. प्रॉब्लम तेरे बाल से मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. आई एम मोर हैंडसम. मुझे समझ में नहीं आता तू सो रहा है कि नहीं सो रहा है. ओके, नाउ कोलिजन मींस व्हाट? सपोज दिस इज न्यूक्लियस and this is a proton. Now nucleus is by default positively charged and proton also is positively charged. So surrounding to the nucleus there is a very strong nuclear field, very strong. So when the proton is trying to bombard or attack the nucleus, right, before it comes in physical contact, because of the strong repulsive field, it gets deviated. We are going to do this in atomic physics. And the name of the experiment is Jeter-Marsden experiment and Thomson's experiment. Means it is not necessary that one body comes in physical contact with the other body, then only collision has taken place. Without that also collision can take place, right? So that is very 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 important. अब इसमें भी बेटा दो टाइप्स है. One is head-on collision and other is oblique collision. Head-on collision का मतलब ये होता है कि the bodies maintain the same straight line before collision and after collision. Whereas oblique collision में they go on to different straight lines. Let me give you the most popular example of practical life. Most popular. You are playing the game of carom board. You are playing the game of carom board. Okay. These are the pockets. Okay. And here there is a coin. And you are playing the game from this part. So if you are putting your striker here, if you are putting your striker here and striking the coin, that means the coin is going this way and it goes in the pocket. Is it maintaining the same straight line? लेकिन सपोज ये ऐसा नहीं ना, बीच में भी कुछ कॉइन्स है, मुझे ये डायरेक्ट शॉट नहीं मिल रहा है, तो मैं क्या करूंगा? मैं स्ट्राइकर यहाँ पे रखूंगा और इसको यहाँ पे कट मारूंगा, यहाँ पे कॉर्नर पे, राइट? तो ये स्ट्रेट नहीं जाएगा ना, ये एंगल पे जाएगा, तो स्टिल द कॉइन इज गोइंग इन द पॉकेट. सो इफ यू फॉलो द ब्लू पाथ इट इज हेड ऑन एंड इफ यू फॉलो द रेड पाथ देन इट इज ऑब्लिक, राइट? व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ हेड ऑन? एक कार को दूसरा कार टकराया, 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 सेम स्ट्रेट लाइन. टकराया, 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 सेम स्ट्रेट लाइन. टकराया. समझा बेटा? श्योर? ओके. टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू कॉन्सेंट्रेट ओनली ऑन हेड ऑन, राइट? अच्छा, इसके भी 3 टाइप्स है, इसके भी 3 टाइप्स है. वन इज परफेक्टली इलास्टिक और इलास्टिक कोलिजन. Next is perfectly inelastic and next is just inelastic, मतलब intermediate situation. One is perfectly elastic, one is perfectly inelastic and one is just inelastic, right? Now if it is perfectly elastic collision, then kinetic energy is conserved. Kinetic energy is conserved. And if it is not elastic, either perfectly inelastic or simply inelastic, then kinetic energy is lost. Here also kinetic energy is lost. If kinetic energy also is conserved, momentum तो हमेशा conserve होने वाला है, right? लेकिन kinetic energy भी conserve होता है, then it is perfectly elastic. अब ये दोनों मुझे सेम दिख रहे हैं कि भाई इनइलास्टिक में और परफेक्टली इनइलास्टिक में क्या फर्क है? फिर माइंड यू, हियर द डिफरेंस इज The bodies stick together and go together. The bodies stick together and go together after collision. Bodies stick together. Whereas here, the bodies separately go. Right? The bodies go separately after collision. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि ये दोनों में एनर्जी लॉस होता है. यहां पे this happens और यहां पे this happens. यहां पे this और यहां पे this. लॉजिक समझा? Today we are going to talk only and only about this. This in the next class. Right? शुरू करता हूं. When you talk about perfectly elastic head-on collision for two bodies, when you talk about perfectly elastic head-on collision for two bodies, mind you the diagram is exactly the same. इसलिए आर्टिकल मैंने पहले लिख के रखा, भले रिपीटेशन है लेकिन लिखा पूरा. डायग्राम सेम, end result same. What was the end result? M1 into U1 plus M2 into U2 is M1 into V1 plus M2 into V2. अगर मैं ये प्रूफ लेके आया, मतलब मुझे ये स्टेप पता था तो ही लाया. राइट? तो ये इक्वेशन मैं यहां पे इंपोर्ट कर रहा हूं. बिकॉज अगर मुझे ये इक्वेशन मालूम था तभी तो ये इक्वेशन मालूम था. सो कैन आई से M1 into U1 minus V1 should be equal to M2 into V2 minus U2. Let us call this as equation 1. या तो let us call this as equation A. यहां तक समझा बेटा? अब ये तो हो गया लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ मोमेंटम. ये इक्वेशन कहां से आया? लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ मोमेंटम. नाउ आई एम यूजिंग लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ काइनेटिक एनर्जी. अच्छा, कैन आई यूज इट? Yes, because I am talking about perfectly elastic collision. So if I do that, will I be able to write the equation as half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square is half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. Do you agree with me? Half is gone. Half is gone. अब ये इक्वेशन मैं रीअरेंज करके ऐसे लिख रहा हूं. Therefore, m1 into u1 square minus v1 square is m2 into v2 square minus u2 square. सोचो. You have to be very alert, huh? You have to be very alert in writing the terms. m1 u1 square minus m1 v1 square is m2 v2 square minus m2 u2 square. तो यहाँ पे u पहले है, v बाद में. यहाँ पे v पहले है, u बाद में. सेम इधर भी वैसा ही था. You have to be very careful, right? Let us call this as equation B. I am super sure बेटा, ये मैथमेटिक्स अगर मैं डायरेक्ट लिखूं तो आपको समझ में आ जाना चाहिए. I am super sure about that. What if I go for equation B upon equation A? डायरेक्ट लिखूं चलेगा? ध्यान से देखो. M1 M1 जाएगा, M2 M2 जाएगा, बराबर. अब इसके फैक्टर्स है U1 minus V1, U1 plus V1, और इसके फैक्टर्स है V2 minus U2, V2 plus. तो उसमें से U1 minus V1, U1 minus V1 गया, V2 minus U2, V2 minus U2 गया. मतलब ये तो पूरा गया. पहले M1 गया, M2 गया, फिर फैक्टराइजेशन के बाद ये भी गया. तो बाकी क्या बचा? U1 plus V1 U2 plus V2 या तो V2 plus U2. Addition is commutative, so no problem. लिख सकता हूँ मैं. यहाँ तक समझा सबको? Super sure? Yes or no? This is the simplest possible equation of the entire derivation. इससे ज़्यादा simple मुझे बोर्ड पे कुछ नहीं दिख रहा है. Yes or no? लेकिन इसमें दो unknowns है, क्योंकि मुझे V1 V2 ढूंढना है. इसकी मर्सिडीज को डैश करने के बाद हमारा क्या, ये मुझे ढूंढना है. Yes or no? So I would like to isolate any one equation. मैं V1 या तो V2 दो में से कोई भी एक को अकेला करता हूँ. So can I say U1 plus V1 minus U2 is V2? ये इक्वेशन समझा बेटा? Sure? ये इक्वेशन समझा? Let me call this as equation C. मतलब मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, दो अननोन में से एक को अलग कर रहा हूँ. एक को अलग कर रहा हूं. I am doing the same thing here also. Can I write equation A again like this? Equation A can be written as हाँ चेक करो बेटा, m1 upon m2 times u1 minus u2 u1 minus v1 sorry u1 minus v1 is equal to v2 minus u2. सोचो, कुछ नहीं किया है मैंने, सिर्फ ये m2 नीचे लिया है, ये इक्वेशन को वापस लिखा m1 upon m2 times u1 minus v1 is v2 minus u2. अब ये v2 minus u2 है, मुझे v2 अकेला चाहिए, मुझे v2 अकेला चाहिए. So what will I do? I will simply shift u2 on this side. So will I get plus u2 is v2. तो बेटा ये इक्वेशन भी मैंने ऐसे अरेंज किया ताकि मुझे राइट हैंड साइड पे सिर्फ v2 मिले. So now if I compare C and D, am I successful in doing that? Yes. Right hand side is same, so left hand side must be same. So comparing equations C and D, what will we get? U1 plus V1 minus U2 is M1 upon M2 times U1 minus M1 upon M2 times V1 plus U2. This is equal to this. बराबर? मेरे पास 3 टर्म्स है, राइट? 6 टर्म्स है टोटली, मतलब 3 का सेट है मेरे पास. 2 में U1 है, 2 में U2 है और 2 में V1 है. So have you observed? V2 गायब हो गया. मुझे 1 एट ए टाइम ढूंढना है, तो मैंने V2 गायब कर दिया. अभी एक ही अननोन है मेरे इक्वेशन में, तो मैं इसको और इसको साथ में रखूंगा. डू यू एग्री विथ मी? मैं इसको और इसको साथ में रखूंगा. डू यू एग्री विथ मी? और मैं इसको और इसको साथ में रखूंगा. डू यू एग्री विथ मी? यस और नो? और मुझे V1 एक साइड पे चाहिए क्योंकि मुझे V1 ढूंढना है. एक बार मुझे V1 मिल गया ना, तो मुझे V2 इजीली मिलेगा, बिकॉज दिस इज द सिंपलेस्ट इक्वेशन. करेक्ट? सो आफ्टर रीअरेंजिंग द टर्म्स व्हाट विल आई गेट? दिस इज U1, राइट? ये मैं वो साइड पे लेके जा रहा हूं. सो M1 M2 U1 माइनस U1 ये एक साथ में आ गया, राइट? बाद में मैं ये U2 को भी वो साइड पे लेके जा रहा हूं. सो दिस प्लस 2 U2, दिस इज इक्वल टू, अब ये V1 इधर है, तो ये V1 में ये साइड पे लेके आ रहा हूं. सो क्या मिलेगा? V1 1 प्लस M1 अपॉन M2. आई होप आई एम रीजनेबली स्लो. थोड़ा टाइम सेव करो क्या? ये मैंने U1 कॉमन ले लिया, ये बाहर गया. ठीक है? श्योर? सो कैन आई से M1 minus M2 upon M2 times U1 plus 2U2 is equal to M2 plus M1 upon M2 times V1. समझा? Just check this please. Can I do this? Multiply and divide by M2. ऐसा क्यों किया मैंने? ताकि M2 चला जाए. Yes or no? M2 is 1. मुझे V1 चाहिए, लेकिन V1 के साथ में कोई तो है, M1 plus M2. So I will divide throughout by M1 plus M2, and therefore I will get M1 minus M2 upon M1 plus M2 times U1 plus 2M2 upon M1 plus M2 times U2 is equal to V1. मेरा मेन हीरो आया इसलिए थोड़ा स्टाइल में लिखा क्योंकि मेरा एक हीरो आया ना इधर, V1 आया, बराबर. दैट मींस व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी द स्पीड ऑफ नयन होंडा सिटी कार आफ्टर डैशिंग विथ नागौस कार व्हिच इज मर्सिडीज. तो V2 पे आ रहा हूं, राइट? दिस ये मैं अभी पूरा सॉल्व नहीं करूंगा. दिस I am going to substitute here. And I will get the direct equation. Let me call this as E. Let me call this as E. Substituting E, C, I will get F, and that F is direct equation लिख रहा हूँ. 2m1 upon m1 plus m2 times u1 plus m2 minus m1 upon m1 plus m2 times u2 is equal to v2. दिमाग घूम रहा है ना एकदम. साला इतना लंबा फॉर्मूला याद कैसे रखना. Now the best news for you. Best news for you. Proof. FYI. Proof. FYI. But as a teacher, it is my duty to tell you ये कैसे आया. अब इसको याद रखने का मस्त टेक्निक, जबरदस्त टेक्निक. ये टीचर्स को खुद से इन्वेंट करना पड़ता है, ये बुक्स में नहीं देते. बुक्स में एवरीथिंग इज ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट, ऐसे ही देते डायरेक्ट छाप के. हाँ, अब एकदम ध्यान से देखो. फाइनल फॉर्मूला नहीं देखने का, बिकॉज आई एम टीचिंग यू द शॉर्टकट. आई एम टीचिंग यू द शॉर्टकट. V1 is something into U1 plus something into U2. V2 is also something into U1 plus something into U2 upon M1 plus M2, M1 plus M2, M1 plus M2, M1 plus M2. The shortcut is difference upon sum, double upon sum, double upon sum, difference upon sum. मतलब मुझे अभी सिर्फ 4 लोगों को देखना है. इधर कौन है, इधर कौन है, इधर कौन है और इधर कौन है. अब यहाँ पे डिफरेंस है. सम होता है ना तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. M1 plus M2 लिखो कि M2 plus M1 लिखो, बिकॉज एडिशन इज कॉम्बिनेटिव. डिफरेंस है तो पंगा है. कोई पंगा नहीं है. इधर 1 है ना, इसलिए 1 पहले. इधर 2 है ना, इसलिए 2 पहले. इधर 1 है ना, इसलिए मास 1 का डबल. और इधर 2 है ना, इसलिए मास 2 का डबल. ओ लवली. चेक करो. एडवांटेज ये पूरा बोर्ड वर्क में क्या याद रखने मालूम? But I am strictly against mugging up style. That's it. लॉजिक समझा बेटा? एकदम श्योर. कम टू योर नोट्स प्लीज. Are you on page number 12? Are you on page number 12? Are you on page number 12? Check the bottom please. Is it head-on elastic collision? Okay. Are you on page number 13 now? अब तो ये पूरे पेज पे सिर्फ 2 इक्वेशंस याद रखना है. 3. ओके. एकदम टॉप ऑफ द पेज पे लिखो प्रूफ FYI. प्रूफ फॉर योर इंफॉर्मेशन ओनली. अभी बेटा थर्ड इक्वेशन फ्रॉम द टॉप दिख रहा है, एकदम थर्ड लाइन फ्रॉम द टॉप, उसको बॉक्स में डालो. थर्ड लाइन फ्रॉम द टॉप. अब आपको इक्वेशन C दिख रहा है, C दिख रहा है, C. हाँ 3 नहीं, C. हाँ बराबर, उसको बॉक्स में डालो. इक्वेशन C इज दिस, चेक. इक्वेशन C इज दिस, चेक. अब एकदम लास्ट इक्वेशन, उधर गलती से V1 प्रिंट हुआ है, मेक इट V2. अभी उसको बॉक्स में डालो. और उसको इक्वेशन डी बोलो। अब अगर अलग कलर के पेन यूज कर सकते हो, हाँ बेटा ये शॉर्टकट है, डिफरेंस अपॉन सम, डबल अपॉन सम, डबल अपॉन सम, डिफरेंस अपॉन सम। किसका डिफरेंस? ये u1 के साथ। अच्छा एकदम ध्यान से देखोगे ना, ऑल द ब्रैकेट्स हैव टू बी डायमेंशनलेस। मास अपॉन मास, mass upon mass, mass upon mass, mass upon mass. So obviously some meter per second plus some meter per second is this. Yes everyone? तो अगर अलग कलर के इंक यूज कर सकते हो तो शॉर्टकट ऐसे लिखो, डिफरेंस डबल डबल डिफरेंस, डिफरेंस अपॉन सम, डबल अपॉन सम, डबल अपॉन सम, डिफरेंस अपॉन। कौन सा डिफरेंस आएगा वो इंपॉर्टेंट है और कौन सा डबल आएगा वो भी इंपॉर्टेंट है। हाँ, होंडा सिटी का मास लेना था, उसके बदले गलती से मर्सिडीज का मास ले लिया, नो प्रॉब्लम, रॉन्ग आंसर आएगा। लिख लिया? नेक्स्ट टाइम भी इसके शॉर्टकट्स करने वाला हूं। शॉर्टकट्स इन द सेंस स्पेशल केसेस। स्पेशल केसेस मीन्स व्हाट इफ अ कार कोलाइड्स विद अनदर कार ऑफ सेम मास? What if car collides with truck? What if truck collides with car? What if car collides with Activa? What if Activa collides with truck? No, these are possibilities. Have you finished? एक स्पेशल केस बोलता हूँ, सिर्फ एक स्पेशल केस, because this is what happens in billiard ball game and carrom board. Because all the coins are of the same mass. The question comes like this: if mass 1 and mass 2 are same, then what can you say about V1 and what can you say about V2? Answers are very simple. V1 becomes U2, V2 becomes U1. That means the velocities are exactly interchanged. You want to check? Check this. Masses are same. इसका मतलब ये टर्म 0 हो गया और ये टर्म 0 हो गया। अभी हम लोग इधर आ गए। 2m2 upon m1 plus m2 is as good as 2m upon m plus m, which is 2m. 2m upon 2m is 1. मतलब ये 0 हो गया, सिर्फ u2 बचा, right? अभी ये 2m1 upon m1 plus m1, this will become 1, so v2 becomes u1. You know what does this mean? ध्यान से देखो, ये एक बॉल है, ये दूसरा बॉल है, इसका स्पीड 5 है और इसका स्पीड 10 है, दोनों बॉल्स का मास सेम है, ये 5 है, ये 10 है, ये स्लो हो जाएगा, ये फास्ट हो जाएगा। दिस इज 5, दिस इज 10, दिस इज 5, दिस इज 10, दिस इज 5, दिस इज 10। दैट मींस द वेलोसिटीज आर एग्जैक्टली इंटरचेंज। और आपको 10 में से 4 क्वेश्चन ऐसे मिलेंगे। अगर कोलिजन पे 10 क्वेश्चंस है ना, तो उसमें से 4 क्वेश्चंस ऐसे मिलेंगे। दूसरा केस ऐसे ही हाइपोथेटिकली बोल देता हूं, व्हाट इफ मास 1 is much greater than mass 2? मतलब ट्रक कोलाइडिंग विद एक्टिवा, तो मास 2 को निग्लेक्ट करो, मास 2 को निग्लेक्ट करो, मास 1 अपॉन मास 1 इज 1, तो ये हो गया u1। मास 2 को निग्लेक्ट किया था, मास 2 को निग्लेक्ट किया था, तो ये हो गया 0। दैट मींस दिस विल हैपन। What if mass 1 is less than mass 2? Mass 1 is Activa and mass 2 is truck. Observe करो. Mass 2 is greater than mass 1. मतलब बेटा mass 1 गया ना? तो negative m2 upon m2 is minus 1. तो v1 is minus v1. मतलब ये होगा. या तो फिर ये होगा. अरे हाइट छोटा होता है ना, ट्रक का हाइट बड़ा हुआ तो टकरा के नीचे भी जा सकता है. You have seen those kind of accidents in movies. Movies में तो अलग है. Movies में तो ऐसा ट्रक को टकराता है, पूरा बाइक स्लाइड होता है, बाहर निकलते हैं, सामने से गोली मारते. Pure murder of physics. समझा बेटा आज का लेक्चर? वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. ये जब तक चल रहा था माय गॉड कब खत्म होगा, ये आया तो और अपने को यही देखना. राइट, वी स्टॉप हियर.